How's it going? Let's see if, I wonder if I put it up there, if that's any better. Yeah, so honestly not entirely sure how well you can hear me. I'm also not entirely sure if that's the best view for this. I'm gonna put this up here. Yeah, I think I'll put this up here and try and like set it on my stuff. I think if I maybe put it there, is that gonna sit better? Oh dear. Is that gonna sit better? Maybe it'll sit a little bit better. Oh, no. No, maybe? Maybe? Sure. Sure, let's do that. Maybe tilt it a little bit. Tilt it a little bit. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Now I just need to like, evening, Devin. How's it going, Jory? Hope you're doing all right, man. I just saw you had a post about, I believe your wife. So I don't know if it was an anniversary or a birthday, but I hope she had a good time. I need to go to YouTube on my laptop so I can see these comments a little bit better. But they did peep up. Squeak, squeak. How's it going, Ben? Hope you're doing well. I don't really know what the format is going to be for the live stream overall. I've just picked what I thought was a remote corner, but I ended up right next to the mechanical lift, which is very loud. So if people use that, which they just did before I started, it's gonna get so loud. All have COVID here except me and my daughter. Dear goodness. Well, I hope that everybody recovers. I hope that you and your daughter don't get it, because that's not fun. Oh, okay, I can open it up here on my laptop. Ooh, I need to mute that because that's bad. But yes, I am at Origins. I am chilling at Origins, and it's been a long day. I started at 4 a.m. my time, according to the term Shlog. Yeah, 100%, Jack. 100%. I'm going to be using that. It's just going to happen, and I'm going to suffer the consequences of whatever associations it has with all of the different definitions that I did look up on Urban Dictionary afterwards. No regrets. No regrets. Yeah, so I started at 4 a.m. in Arkansas and flew to DFW and then flew to Columbus. Made it to Columbus at about noon, and then made my way over to the convention hotel where I'm staying because I'm working with Lucky Duck. And then after that, I am just helping them out as much as I can. But I'm pretty pooped. I am kind of most people. How Marvel United am I today? I'm a solid 7 out of 10 Marvel United. I'm a level of Marvel United where you start the game and Rhino kills everybody. He KOs everyone. So that's probably how well I'm doing right now. But I definitely got to the point where I was being super social. I haven't ever been to a gaming convention. Recommend Gen Con or Origins for a first. I would probably, yes, it is the Hyatt. Yep, it's the Hyatt, which is connected to the convention center. Jory, I would probably recommend Origins because it's smaller. It depends on the kind of person you are. If you go with 1 or 2 other people and you have connections of people that you're going with, it doesn't really matter the size because you can always kind of box out the experience and go with the people that you know. But if you don't really know anyone and you're kind of going to experience the convention itself, it might be better to go to a smaller one to where it's not as, overwhelming is not really a great word. It can be overwhelming to some people. It doesn't really overwhelm me. I just need to back out. No, Smooth, I'm sorry. I didn't bring a bevy with me. I kind of hit the point where I went out and I helped Lucky Duck set up the booth, and then I went out to dinner with them, then I went out, I went out for drinks with them, then went out to dinner with them, and then came back and kind of hang out in the bar area for a little bit where a bunch of people hang out and play games. And I'm an introvert who has the capacity to be extroverted to a high degree if I want to be. And I normally measure that out appropriately to where I can kind of last as long as I need to. And I didn't really do that tonight. I kind of went hard on the extroversion, and then I hit a wall. I hit a wall where I was kind of I don't know if I killed it. I hit a wall where I was like, okay, you know what? No sleep raises the glass. Thank you so much, Jack. And I hit a wall where I realized I didn't want to be super social anymore. And I realized I needed some alone time. So I went and grabbed some stuff. And hey, Czar, hope you have a good one, man. Enjoy work. Hope it's not too much of an issue. And I hope you have a 10 out of 10 Marvel United work day tomorrow. And yeah, so I grabbed my headset, and I just went to the gym, and I went and ran for a little while and listened to some music, and it kind of has helped me detox. I mean, I'm sweaty as all get out. I haven't showered, and I probably am gonna regret not getting as much sleep as I could. But I got a Shlog for you guys. Got to sit in a room alone and recharge. That social. Yep, 100%. I enjoy being around people. I love hanging out. Being around like one or two or three people doesn't really drain me, but being around a bunch of people does drain me for sure. For 4 hours watching live. I know that that's normally the expectation for what I'm able to do. I think I'm just going to try to stick to 30 minutes. I like you guys enough that I might stay on for more than 30 minutes, but for sure. What kind of room are you in right now? It being so large and so empty makes it look like an apocalypse. I am inside a adjoining wing or part, like extra hall of the convention center. The exhibit halls are, to a certain degree further down where the actual main convention is. And then I'm actually closer to the Hyatt, the Regency. And this is kind of like, food court, open area, work area that is not really being used. There's some people out there. It's pretty echoey and stuff out there, but yeah, just like a lot of people that are doing stuff. Something loud is coming. Something loud is good. So loud, so loud. But best Lucky Duck game. Best Lucky Duck game for me. Yes, Jack. No, I agree with you. Like, the more people I'm with who I already know, the less I feel like I have to put on and, turn it up to 11 in terms of socializing. If I know them more, I'm less tired by the process, but the less I know someone, the more draining that experience is. So 100% with you. Jory, best Lucky Duck game. I haven't played Destinies. I really, really enjoyed Dark Quarter. It is app heavy, which is an experience that I'm not super familiar with in terms of the experience of a lot of the games I have aren't massively app driven. I really did enjoy Chronicles of Crime, which I've played, but it's a tough one for sure. I enjoyed Chronicles of Crime, but it really was. It was so loud for just a single roller suitcase. It was unexpectedly small for the amount of noise it was making. It is a very echoey space, and so, I can imagine why it would be loud. But I thought it was a full cart of crap that was I assumed it was about to go up the mechanical elevator, so I'm actually glad that it was just a rolling suitcase. Ooh, but yeah, no, I just kind of needed to detox, take a break, went for a run for a while in the gym. Strange character that was in there for a while, creeped me out for a little bit. But best story of today, funny, serious, or etc. I think the most fun I've had today has been getting to know some of the Lucky Duck crew. So the reason why I'm working for them is at Gamma, Bree and Brat, 100%. That was so loud. Bree and Sean, who are workers for Lucky Duck, employees, they were kind of going all over the place, chickens with their heads cut off, because it was just the two of them, and they were trying to get the whole booth ready. And so I offered up to help them, and so I kind of helped them get their booth ready. And at the end of the convention, I helped them break their booth down, and I enjoyed it. I had a good time. And so I just reached out and was like, hey, I'd be happy to help on a more official capacity. And so thank you so much, Grim, for being the Jesse in the room that is needed to bump those thumbs up. But yeah, so I reached out to Bree and was like, hey, I'd love to help in a more full capacity for Lucky Duck at future conventions. And so she offered to have me help at Origins and at Gen Con. And I think that the enjoyment I had tonight was really just getting to spend more time with her and Sean, and then with Vince and with Carly, who recently joined, I think in the last 6 months or so, who's also a content creator on Instagram, and then Gnarly Carly, I believe is her name, and then, or her handle, whatever you call it on Instagram. I'm not fluent on that platform. And then Matt Felici, who works for Skybound Entertainment, but who is here working with Lucky Duck for the convention because Skybound doesn't have a convention presence. So just hanging out with all of them, we got drinks, we hung out, and we got dinner, and then we went. And so it's really satisfying to get to spend time with them, get to meet new people, and build those relationships. I enjoy it. It is tiring if I don't already know them, but it really, really good time. I had an absolutely fantastic night with them, so don't regret that at all. Certainly jealous of the con experience. Hope you have an absolutely fantastic weekend. Thanks so much, Jack. Appreciate it. Got to go to sleep, wake up early for a trip to Disneyland. Okay, cool. All right, well, hey, Jack, I hope you have a fantastic time. Sorry for the jitteriness. This is on top of a backpack, on top of a very shaky table. So every time I lean forward and lean backward, it's going to be kicking around. But Jack, I hope you have a fantastic time at Disneyland. I'll see you next time. Yeah, so I didn't really know what the format of these live streams would be, but hey, from the Netherlands, I was wondering if I went as late as I did tonight, starting around midnight or something. I was wondering if there was going to be some people in Europe that were, going to be able to join in their morning time. So how's it going, Sander? Hope you're doing well. Hope to make it to Netherlands one day. There's so many places in Europe that I still want to visit that I haven't been able to. Netherlands is up there. Finland's up there. Most of Scandinavia, to be honest. Germany, I'm going to get to, cross off the list when I go to Essen in October. So that's nice. But tons of places in Europe. Is Origins mask free? No, it's not mask free. I guess I should technically be wearing one here, but in the main convention hall and when we're hanging out and stuff like that, I definitely, I'm wearing a mask the whole time. Pretty much everybody's wearing a mask. It's just when you're kind of out and about, in the city itself that you don't have to, but it is a mask mandate in the convention itself. So, like I've worn a mask all day. Australia, I do hope to go to Australia really badly. Australia is like, I really want to go to Australia. So I go to Germany in October for Essen Spiel. I am a soccer fan. I'm very much a soccer fan. Honestly, when I go to Germany for Essen, I hope to maybe see if I could go check out a Bundesliga game in Dortmund. Is it Dortmund or is it Dusseldorf? I think Dusseldorf is close. So I might try to see if there's a Bundesliga game. But I do like soccer a lot. Premier League is what I primarily watch, which is the top league in England or the UK. Fun fact, seems like the Monster Club TCG. How about this bamboo toilet paper? Oh my goodness. I haven't pooped yet in here, so I don't know. I don't know that for sure. But Chelsea is a super solid team for sure. Image for people, I've not been to, I haven't experienced the toilets yet, so maybe I need to, so I know that what you're talking about. I pooped at the restaurant, so did not do it here at the hotel. Gnarly Carly has a YouTube channel. Okay, I didn't know if she had a YouTube channel. I know that she's mentioned Instagram, but yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun getting to know Carly today. She's sweet. I vacationed in Stockholm, Sweden about 4 years ago and loved it. One of the cleanest, friendly places. Yes, so Sweden is definitely on my list. I have been fascinated with the culture and visual scenery and illustration of that place ever since. I mean, it's a pretty harrowing book trilogy, but the Millennium Trilogy by, I can't even remember his name right now, but the girl with the dragon tattoo, that trilogy, Hornet's Nest, Girl Who Played with Fire, those 3 books. Definitely all of them were awesome, and they kind of painted this insanely remote and beautiful view of Sweden in certain climes in certain areas, and so definitely a lot of Sweden I'd love to visit. Chelsea, solid team. My wife and I were just at the Star Wars celebration in Anaheim, and there was a mask policy. We also had to show proof. Yeah, so I had to show proof of vaccination. I have, an image of my vaccination card. I've got the Clearly app where I've got my vaccination card loaded in. But yeah, so you have to show verification of vaccination. You have to show your ID along with that, and then you have to wear a mask the whole time. So that's definitely part of the policy. I agree with you, Grim. Yeah, I mean, if it's bamboo toilet paper, then that's a tricky area to navigate. How about a hockey fan? Jack, I have actually gone to go see the San Diego Sharks play, and hockey is not a sport that I inherently am drawn to, but it is one of the most enjoyable professional experiences I've ever been to in terms of professional sports. Baseball bores the crap out of me. I'm much more of a sports person where I enjoy playing more than I enjoy watching, with the exception of soccer or football in the rest of the world. But most sports kind of tire me out to watch. That I'm just not as interested. I'd rather be engaged with doing it. But hockey was an absolute blast to go to. I don't think it was a playoffs game in postseason. I think it was just a regular season game, but it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it a lot. Hockey is a very kinetic and fast-paced, engaging professional sport to watch. Yeah, so I don't know what else I was going to say. Grew up playing sports. I did play sports. Hey, Allie. Let's see. Oh, wait. Oh, there's another one. Oh, so it kicks up faster on my phone than it does on my laptop. That's good to know. Grew up playing sports. I grew up playing soccer. When I lived in England, I played what's that called? Cricket, but not like as a team. I just played it with friends. Always grew up playing ping pong and tennis and stuff like that. But soccer, I played baseball for 3-4 years or so in my kind of middle school years. But soccer is the one that I carried through and played all the way, middle school, high school, all that stuff. Almost went collegiate with it, but kind of got tired. And I picked the college for what I was doing rather than the sports I was playing. So I didn't end up going collegiate. Hockey is fantastic to watch. Hockey is a sport that I could see myself becoming a fan of in terms of like picking a team and watching them. Any unreleased new game at Origins that you're excited for? Since I'm working the booth, I didn't really peruse the media rooms and stuff like that. I did see some games, but some of them are the same games that I saw at Gamma in March, which a lot of like regular, consumers and people that are buying games haven't seen yet. But because it was a business to business one in March, I saw those at Gamma. I didn't really see anything yet that was ones that I haven't seen yet, but I also haven't looked a lot. I feel like the next step after crokinole is air hockey. Air hockey's a lot of fun. I like air hockey. I do think I like crokinole more than air hockey, but I'm never complaining when I'm playing air hockey. I always have a good time. More of a football fan, love going to the occasional Titans game. Okay, so Tennessee Titans, I'm assuming. Nashville and Tennessee area is a good place for soccer. It's one of the better locations for soccer in the state. Oh, I am now understanding my misreading there. Because we were talking about soccer, when you said I'm more of a football fan, I was thinking we were still talking about soccer, but comparing it to hockey. You're actually talking about American football, I think, because you're talking about the Titans and the Predators. So I like football too, but again, I like playing football. All of the breaks that happen when you're watching football, like commercial breaks, breaks in between plays, a lot of that disruption feels like it stymies or lengthens the experience of watching a football game. So I get a little bit tired of it, but I love playing it. I love playing almost any sport. Live hockey is totally different than watching on TV. That I figured, like, live hockey was just so much fun. I wonder if, it's probably not as engrossing on a TV from a distance, but I had a blast watching it live. What position did you play in soccer? Ben, I played goalkeeper. I was a goalie, and that was a pretty good one, actually. I try not to toot my own horn, but I was a pretty good keeper. I enjoyed it a lot. Hockey, basketball, and soccer are just necessarily more dynamic than baseball because they require setting up. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair for sure. And I think it's that dynamic nature. I think it's that free flow play that I enjoy a lot. You know, they call soccer a beautiful game, and I don't necessarily think that soccer is a more beautiful game than other sports, but I like the flow of it, minus, you know, occasionally the injuries and stuff like that for sure. But I do like the fact that it's more not fast paced, but just continual movement, continual evolvement or evolution rather than a little bit more of a stop and go. Same, Jory was also a goalkeeper. Nice. Now coach goal. Oh, awesome. That's so freaking cool. I really wanted to play goalkeeper in college, but the college that I ended up going to for academic and because my wife was also there, those are the two reasons I went there. And it was kind of like the reason why I became a good goalkeeper was because my high school team sucked. And so I had a lot of practice getting shot at. So it made me a good goalkeeper. But I did not want to do that again because my college team was also not that great. So I would have just had another 4 years of really practicing my skills through losing. But that's awesome that you coach college goalkeepers. I love soccer so much. Avery started his first year of it. Amber and I coached his team this year, and that was a lot of fun. Entertaining commentaries for hockey games. Highly recommend watching the Dallas Stars. Razor is 90% of why I'm a fan, despite being... That's so cool. I lived near Dallas. I lived in Fort Worth for 3 years. I never went to a Dallas Stars game, so maybe I'm regretting the fact that I should have. I also never went to go see Dallas FC, or I don't remember what the Dallas soccer team was, but I should have gone to see them, to be honest. Are you planning to go to any World Cup games in 2026? Well, now I want to know where the World Cup is. Is it in the U.S.? Oh, it's going to be staged in North America, Canada, Mexico, and United States. Well, if it's FC Dallas, that's their name. Yeah, no, I mean, if it's in North America, then I 100% would love to go to at least one World Cup game, if not more. Yeah. For sure. That's on my agenda now. I didn't know that we had, scored the tickets or scored the berth of hosting it, but that's awesome. Are you going to get some gaming in or just working the booth? I am going to get some gaming in, but it's going to be like after hours gaming. It's not going to be during the con. I'm going to get breaks for lunch and other stuff, but I'm pretty much going to be just working the booth the whole time. So I am going to do some gaming in addition to that. Like, for example, on Saturday night, I'm planning to meet up with Max from Table Knots, and I'm going to teach him Forbidden Stars. And so we're going to play like a 3-player game of Forbidden Stars. I'm really excited about that. Your mother's bro... was a hockey goalie and a high school coach, and they grew up playing lacrosse, tennis, and golf. Me, I play video games. Different strokes for different folks. I love video games too. I could easily, if I grew up like 5 years later than I did, I feel like I would have just done esports. I think I would have had a blast. Jesse's going to go crazy when he hears how much echo you have today. I imagine it's very echoey in here because I'm not in a good space. I was honestly trying to find not so much a place that had good audio, but that was away from people. Because once again, it's not that I don't want to be around people. It's that I was around so many people that it's nice to kind of just be relaxing on my own. But yeah, for sure, I imagine the audio is terrible. Also a goalie. Man, 3 goalies in chat right now. I'm all about that. At first, only because my brother was the coach and no one else would do it, but they turned out to be fun. Yeah, I mean, I think that's how a lot of people end up playing goalkeeper, is they're one of a certain amount of people that were chosen. They're like, yeah, no one else can do it, so where everybody's going to play. And then one person turns out to be better or enjoy it more than other people and then keep doing it. I don't really know how I got started. I started playing when I was like in middle school, and I really enjoyed it. Get Jesse a copy of Pink Floyd's Vinyl if he could play, or Pink Floyd's Echoes. That's good. I'm happy about that. I mean, he's going to come. Jesse's Jesse. He's going to find something to not enjoy about the fact that I'm doing this with my headset. It's ridiculous. I went to my local FLGS today to buy Final Girl, and they had all the features and no core box. Oh man, you should have just bought all of that and then found the core box somewhere else, because it's hard to find all of Final Girl Season 1. Like, that's tough to find that. So finding the core box, probably not as bad. Waiting for my Wave 1 shipping notification. Yeah. Oh, you did split Wave with the second season. So I have all of the first season, so I just backed the new stuff, as well as the storage for both seasons. I'm a hockey goalie, but ruined my knees, so that ended quickly. I can imagine, man, shout out to all the goalies in chat right now. So, okay, that's good to know. I mean, I'm wondering if it's catching this mic instead of it taking it from my phone. That's my hope, is that it's taking it from this instead of the distance towards my phone right now. Still late pledge. Yeah, you definitely might still be able to late pledge for sure for Final Girl. Oh my goodness. Let's see. What games are you guys interested in? If there are some games at Origins that you want to know about, let me know, and I'll try to, let you know. Sounds like it's from the Buds mic. Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that. That means that I can talk to you guys like this. Yeah, that's so good. I'm so glad it's the close mic. It was breathy. It's so breathy. Breathy. Steven, I can check out Distilled because I know Dave, and he's a fantastic person. And what do you want to know about Distilled? Because I've played the game, and I helped. I played it or play tested it and chatted with him quite a bit. So let me know. Ooh, I'm glad that my breathing was destimulated. Welcome to Origins ASMR. My name's Devin, and I'm here to give you the live ASMR. That's for you guys, just because I love you. But yeah, Steven, let me know what you want to know about Distilled. Allie, so I backed Distilled all in as well. I think that Distilled is the kind of game that... So I'm not a huge fan of viticulture. I think viticulture is fine. I've never played it with the Tuscany expansion, which I know that most people are like, it's essential that you play it with that. I haven't. I've played base viticulture, and I thought it was okay. I like worker placement games. I like strategy games. I just thought that viticulture was okay. I think that Distilled is the game that I wanted viticulture to be. It is much more to me a game about having some level of a business around the production of alcohol, and it's much more interesting to try to go for different recipes, and it's much more thematically integrated in how you build out and choose to do certain recipes, and you can do that asymmetrically from everyone else. You can go for quick cash grabs each round or point grabs each round, or you can play the long game and you pick stuff that you have to age over the course of the game, and the longer you age it, the more points it's worth. So I enjoyed it a lot. It's been a while since I've played it. It's been since the campaign since I've played it. But I enjoyed it more than I did viticulture. I liked it. I like Dave. He's a fantastic human being, and so I had no qualms about backing it. I'm excited for it to come. Yeah, so those are my thoughts on Distilled. I don't know, what about you guys? Man, we're already at the, close to the 30-minute mark. Maybe I'll go 40 minutes. Because I like all of you. I'm back Distilled in all too. Very thematic. Also curious about what you think, but you are answering that as I type. Yeah. So, you know me. I'm behind, as always. I'm actually caught up with what you guys are saying, but there's probably, to some degree, a delay in what I'm saying versus what you're typing. Yeah. Do you guys ever get tired, when you're hanging out with people that you don't know as well, and you're putting a lot of social energy forth? Slay the Spire. I've been getting sucked into it recently, but it's caused me not to play actual physical board games as much. I know that a lot of people like Slay the Spire. I have not played it myself, but yeah, I've not played it myself. But I'm interested in it. It sounds cool. I just haven't done it yet. I want to play the Slay the Spire. I think, isn't there a board game adaptation of it coming at some point? I think there is. My Premier League team. So Jory, timestamp. There we go. Timestamp for you guys. I don't have water or a drink. I should have water. I need to hydrate more. Jory, I would say that my Premier League team that I vouch for or that I support is Arsenal, but that's like a weak level of support. It's more like I just enjoy watching all of them play, and I enjoy watching good teams, and I enjoy watching good players. So when I watch the Premier League like recaps and stuff on YouTube, I watch all of them. I watch every single game. Saw Dave on an IV Games Weekly episode. Seems like a stellar guy. His Kickstarter updates are epic. Yeah, no, Dave is a fantastic human being. I'm so happy that he had the success that he has had with the campaign. He's awesome. Slay the Spire is very, very good. I did the timestamp because I'm here for you guys. Yeah, Jory, I'm probably not interesting to most fans of Premier League teams because I'm like, I like Arsenal. But I'm just thankful that Arsenal got rid of David Luiz, stopped wasting money on bad defenders, invested in their young players, and actually seems to be effectively handling their team and their money this year. So that's the happiest I am about Arsenal in like 4 or 5 years. Ooh, they're still developing it, and I may or may not be playtesting. That's awesome. I'm glad that they're still developing it. That makes me happy. The longer you develop a game, usually the better it's going to be. I hope that you're having a good time. And I mean everything I said about Dave. He's an awesome human. Guys, we have 17 people watching and only 23 thumbs up. This is terrible. Jory, I am a very big Gloomhaven fan. Play testing the Slay the Spire game. Oh, you're talking about Slay the Spire, not Distilled. Gotcha. I'm here with you right now. I do have hair. I actually have a lot of hair. Right now, it's pretty sweaty because I went on a run, but I do have a lot of hair. There you go. I'll do that for you guys. I like my hair a lot, actually. I'm just sometimes particular about having enough pomade to kind of... I hate it being on my forehead. I really hate it being on my forehead, so I usually use pomade or something to get it off of my forehead. But yeah, so let's see. Where was I? I was somewhere. Oh yes, I am a Gloomhaven fan, Jory. Very much a Gloomhaven fan. I have the big box and I have the organizer for it. I have not played that, and I have not played the Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion. But I've sunk over 20 hours at one point into the campaign, or not the campaign, the Guildmaster mode on Steam, and I had an absolute blast. I really, really, really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I just love the puzzle of the top pick, bottom pick card selection. I think that mechanic is an absolute blast, and I don't really think of it as a dungeon crawler. I kind of think of it as a like spatial puzzler for sure. So yeah, Steven, I do have hair. I just recently got to the point where I do not like the open space where the hair pops through. So I just bought a couple of these that just are, completely closed on the back, and I've been enjoying those. Reading any interesting books. A subscriber and I did a book trade, and so I gave him the Red Rising trilogy in hardback that I owned, and he sent me this Assassin series trilogy, and I haven't read those yet. I have Dune in my backpack right here. I may actually read a little bit before bed, and for sure going to enjoy that. But yeah, I'm reading Dune right now, and I'm having an absolute blast. Can't get enough of Frosthaven info. One of the 4 Kickstarters went all in. I feel bad about not going in for Frosthaven because it was like $150, and now they've added like 60% more content. And the MSRP on that's going to be like $250 or $300. So if you backed Frosthaven, you got the absolute best deal of Kickstarter ever. So jealous. I'm jealous, even though I haven't even played all the way through Gloomhaven. Vampire the Masquerade chapters. I cannot wait for that one to come out. I have backed that one all the way in. And then Hell, the Lost Saga. That one looks super interesting, but I kind of missed that one in terms of that. And then Arena of the Contest with Tanari's Adventures. Arena of the Contest is one of Alex's favorite games of all time, so that one's really cool. Just tuned in. Where are you, Devin? Yeah, interesting background. I'm inside the, oh, that's fantastic. Let's just go ahead and hide you from the channel. Cool. Yeah, there you go. I don't really even understand where porn bots come from and what their purpose is. I feel like YouTube is just getting inundated with that stuff. Let's see. So those are all your Kickstarters. Just tuned in. Andrew, I'm inside the convention center / is that even more? Okay, I'll just hide you again. So, oh my goodness. This is absurd and hilarious. This is kind of amusing. I don't know whether to take this as a compliment that they're choosing me to do this to. I'll show Steven's comment because I think that's relevant. All right. Going back to the question I had, Andrew, I'm inside the Hyatt Regency. Yes, I'm at Origins, 100%. So, yeah, I'm at Origins, and I found myself a little corner to kind of detox and hide from after I went for like a 45-minute run. So, Steam Gloomhaven, do you play solo? Smooth, I have played solo before. I played that at, thanks, Andrew. I've played it solo on my computer before. I haven't played with other people. Wouldn't be opposed to playing with other people. That would be a fun thing to do. Would be an excuse to play that game again. Morganite, sorry, it's taken me so long to get you, Morganite. I saw you say hello a while ago, but all of these crazy porn bots are all over the place. Hello, cultist number 6. I hope you're there. Yeah, for real. Like, I mean, a 20-person stream. I don't really get it, Mepper. I'm with you. Very strange. Yeah, Jack, I know that Dune has that omniscient narrator. I kind of like it a little bit because honestly, it's a little bit of what I wanted from the book because it's giving me the insight to yes, we're all disturbed. I 1,000% agree with you, but that's why I love all of us are equally disturbed together, which is what humanity is, and so that's why I like all of you. That's why we're hanging out. Let's see. I like the omniscient narrator in Dune because I feel like it effectively gives me insight into each character more than I can get from the movie, which is a no-brainer. But I want more context and nuance in all of the decision space and what they're all thinking and the different worlds of the Bene Gesserit and the Fremen and all that stuff. So I like that narrator, even though it is a little weird. When a mommy and a daddy bot really love each other, dear goodness. Yeah, Andrew, you realize I was at Origins. I don't know why their porn bots descend upon us, but I'm okay with it. Minimum view count they look for, yeah, for sure. I don't play RPGs, but I bought a few of the VTM source books. I dig the world lore. Should I get chapters if I mostly play solo? CJ, I don't really know. I feel like chapters would be an experience that is best had in a group of at least 2 people so that you can play your experience off of someone. But I don't know. I don't know if they've been developing solo content on that. I haven't been keeping up on the development for solo specific reasons. I've just been checking to see how far along they're making it in production and development. How many Kickstarters have you backed? Planning on doing another 4-hour video on that Duck Guy's channel. That would actually be not a bad one to go through my Kickstarters, but I have nowhere near as many as his, and it wouldn't take near that long. I feel like I've probably had about, if I wasn't on the live stream, or if I was at the live stream at my house, where it was a little bit more of an easy system, I'd probably look all them up. But I don't know, maybe like 20 to 25 Kickstarters in total. I can't really, I'm guesstimating right now. But not an absurd amount, but not a tiny few. Super, yeah, no, Morganite. I think that chapters is going to be so much fun. The Flyos people, Thomas and Gary, they just jumping up from Until Daylight, which is coming back as Survive Until Daylight. They absolutely just scaled up to an insane degree to be able to take on VTM chapters and bring on the World of Darkness. Thankfully, them and the people that they hired are all fanatic, passionate fans about that world, which I think is only going to make it better overall. I'm back. Had to get the customer's power back on. Well done, Ben. Squeakity squeak, squeakity squeakin' squeakin'. That's all I got to say about that, Grim. It just messes me up in the moment because I'm so used to limited point of views. Oh yeah, no, I think that when there are certain, just warning me that I'm running out of battery. Yeah, no. Ben, I am imitating Kronk. That is what I am doing. Emperor's New Groove is hilarious, and I am imitating Kronk when I do that. Yes, so point of view shifts or different point of views can be pretty jarring in a book when you're not expecting it. The very beginning of the 5th season book, the first book in that trilogy, the Inheritance trilogy, that one really messed with me and almost made it to the point where I did not want to finish it. But yeah, no. Do you have a short list of booths you have to get to? Not really, and that's kind of the benefit of having a badge like I have for Origins. I have an exhibitor badge, which means I get in earlier than everyone else and I can leave later than everyone else. So I'm much more able to just mingle and go where I want to. And since I'm not supposed to be buying any games, it's easy. I can go, if there's some publishers who will give me some games to do for coverage, not against it. Hey, Ben. And a short list of demos you just have to play. I'd love to actually be able to play Dark Tower. I've still not been able to play Dark Tower, and I think that they have it at the Restoration Games booth, so I'd love to play that. If Vagrant Song has their little expansion, I'd love to check that out. There's a couple different things that I'd be happy to play. I also don't know what's debuting here. Hey David, I'm at Origins. I'm hiding in a corner at the convention center / hotel. Yeah, Jay Sleazy. I think they've really, stepped up to the challenge of taking on a big game like this, which, as a team, they weren't personnel equipped to do originally, which is not a critique. They didn't have the capacity to take on that campaign, and so they professionally and responsibly brought in all of the talent that they needed to successfully attain that. And so I'm very happy with what Flyos has been doing, and I'm super excited to check it out. I think that game has visually and narratively grown so much from when I demoed it back in 2019 or 2020 or whatever. Squeak, squeakin', squeakity, squeak, squeak, squeakin'. Robert Anton Wilson's and Robert Shea's Illuminatus trilogy feature multiple point of view shifts with a single run-on sentence. Woo! That one sounds pretty intense. Dark Tower looks so dope. It's like a salt crystal lamp. Yes, that's actually a really good description for it. Like a much darker, dried blood salt lamp tower. Yeah. Opportunity to play the original Dark Tower Game of Failures. Certainly worth a try. Yeah, no, I'm excited to see what it does. Pro or anti-snacking while gaming? Oh, pro snacking. 100% pro snacking. Me and my wife like to do cheese plates, fruit, jams, crackers, all that stuff. If I'm doing video gaming, I may just get something to drink and quick snacks. But board gaming, I like to eat stuff. Veiled Fate on a wooden board. They have a gorgeous board. Oh, I need to go by and say hi to them at IV Games for sure. Have to snack with chopsticks. You got to keep those hands clean, Grim. Got to keep those hands clean. With your voice, though, maybe you need good tea and some sleep. Oh, no, I'm 100%. I'm gonna go to... I need to stop soon because it's going to keep pinging me with this reminder about my 20% battery. So I'm going to wrap it up. And I'm hitting 45 minutes, which is a fine time for sure to say goodbye. So let's see. Ended up getting the board game table, but it isn't the best. It'll work for now. I think that's totally fair. I think that board game tables for sure are a good pick. But all right, I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.